What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kayla St. Cloud. Thanks for tuning in again. So my previous video was on how to get into with your body, and now I'm going to be sharing how getting into with my body and also researching helped me get my cystic acne and acne in general under control. So I'm excited to share this with y'all. Let's go. So just as a brief backstory, and I really wish that I had pictures for y'all, but I don't. I had very clear skin up until high school. When I got into high school, something went crazy, and I had very, very bad acne to the point where I wouldn't go out. Like, I would not go to events, and I used to be a very social person. My acne was so bad, and it made me so insecure that I would not go to events simply because my face looks so bumpy or have a huge cystic, and you see I still have scars. I would have cystic acne. I didn't even know what cystic acne was until I started watching YouTube videos and some other people with cystic acne would share their videos. I didn't know that it was cysts. But when I saw the cystic acne community, I knew that that was my tribe. And I finally learned, okay, this is the term for it, because this type of acne was just crazy. So my acne made me really, really, really insecure, really, really sad. And I just wouldn't go out. I wouldn't upload pictures of myself. I just didn't want to do anything. I didn't want anyone to see my face. So even going to school was like terrible. It was freaking hell. And it was just it was a terrible time of my life. So I really want to help somebody out and show y'all what I did, because I know exactly what it feels like. So like my senior year, I started watching Natural 85 on YouTube, and she lived and did things that was completely different from the habits in my household. And she really got me into natural living, natural eating, and healing your body holistically. And that was like the thing that kind of opened the door for me to getting my acne under control. I learned to really observe myself and observe what my body does when I do certain things to it. So after, because before I was like eating candy heavily. I loved candy. If you know me, you know that I was always eating candy. I loved candy so much. So I would eat candy a whole lot. I was not drinking a lot of water like I needed to. So I'm eating a whole lot of candy. I'm not drinking a lot of water. I'm eating tons of dairy. And I had no clue about really like my diet affecting my acne. So I just basically just had to start from scratch. Like me just being someone who knows nothing about skincare, nothing about healthy eating and healthy living. I had to learn a whole lot, and it really, really helped me get my cystic acne under control. I started getting into Chinese face mapping. Chinese face mapping was another thing that kind of got me closer to figuring out how to get my acne under control, because I started learning, and I don't know how true it is, but I started learning where certain areas mean like what you're doing wrong, what's going on in your body that's causing you to have pimples on your forehead, or pimples, on your chin, or pimples under your chin, or pimples, on your cheek. So I started to get into that area, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm having pimples down here or over here or whatever, so I need to drink more water. And, just adapting or changing my habits to what the Chinese face map really helped me out. Another huge thing was learning about my diet. So when I started to observe that certain candies would result in me getting cysts, I had to fall back on them. Candies like Mike and Ike's, Sour Patch Kids, Twizzlers will give me cysts right here, without a doubt. Like, to this day, if I eat a lot of it, I'll get a cyst. And so I realized when I eat certain candies, I get this type of acne. So I had to stop eating it. And then seriously, testing it and experimenting with it, and I was like, okay, this is serious. When I really do eat these certain things, I get these type of pimples. So I had to fall back on the candy. And one thing that really helped me out was learning that, sugar is addictive. And some people say that it's more addictive than cocaine. I relate. I freaking relate, because I would get really strong cravings for something sweet, for some candy, and it would just be crazy. Like when I started really paying attention to myself and look at me like from the outside, I'm like, look at how you're acting and how you're feeling because you want something sweet, because you want some candy. So once I started cutting out sugary foods from my diet, that helped out greatly. Another huge thing that was messing me up in my stomach and as well in my face was dairy. Now, this is my opinion on sugar and dairy. Moderation. I don't want to eliminate it completely from my diet, but what I will do, and it became natural to me, it becomes like fine. Like, you know, before I would get a taco and have tons of shredded cheese on it. Now I just put a little bit of shredded cheese. I just sprinkle a little bit of cheese just for taste, a little bit of sour cream just for taste. When I eat candy, I usually eat it over the span of a few days, or I just don't eat it at all, or I have one day where I eat candy, and then even then I kind of stay away from the candies that I know give me cysts. I eat ice cream. I don't buy like pints of ice cream. I don't buy ice cream from the grocery store because I just have a large amount of ice cream and I'm not going to act right if it's in my freezer. So I'll go to an ice cream shop and get a small or get a kid size. You know, I won't buy a lot of candy to keep at home. I'll just get me a little something just to keep myself on track, because I now know what makes my face just go crazy. So that's a huge tip that I just want to share with y'all. If you're not in practice, I still consume dairy. I just don't consume dairy as much. I go to the ice cream shop and get ice cream maybe 3 or 4 times a year. I don't buy ice cream from the grocery store. I don't keep it in my freezer because I'm not gonna behave. And I drink a lot of water. Another thing is like when I go get smoothies, I get them without sugar. I think it's pronounced turbinado or turbinado. I get it without that sugar, and after a while, I just got used to the taste. It's little things like that that I do to help myself not OD with the sugar and with dairy. Very little amounts. So that is all that I have for y'all this week. Hopefully this helps. I know what it is like to struggle with acne. So I'm letting y'all know what worked for me, and not everything works for everybody, but maybe you can try some of these things out and, you know, reach the promised land. Trust me, I get it. I still struggle with acne to this day. So I'll be back next week. Y'all take care now.